Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about menu editing for merchant portals. So once you are on your delivery services domain /merchant access, you'll be able to land on this screen. Simply log in and go to the menu section. From here, you're going to select your location and the restaurant, and you will land on your menu. So from this point on, you can do a variety of things. I will show you an example on an actual item. So we'll just go to appetizers and select Nacho Santa Fe. So I will go from top to bottom and explain all the options that you can change here. So the current heading, you will be able to move these items around as you see fit. So if you make an item that's a salad in the appetizer section, don't worry, you can move it super easily by just changing the current menu heading here. Then you have the name and description, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can change your price right here, unless you have something super specific, like, let's just say you're selling cans of soda for exactly $2, then you would go to specify price and change that over here. Then we have status and visibility. Making it active or inactive is going to show the item on the menu or not. But if you have scarcity, or you run out of, let's say, beef for a week, all you have to do is click on visibility hidden and choose the date that the item is going to be available again. Now, you can revert this pretty easily by just unchecking this and saving again if you get the item earlier than expected. Then we have minimum and maximum quantities and quantity increments. A super easy example for this is going to be donuts. If you leave all of this blank, you can just let people order however they want, right? But if it's something like donuts that you don't want to sell singles of, you can say that the minimum quantity is going to be 6, so they have to order at least half dozen, and the maximum they can order is, let's say, 36, right? So 3 dozen. And they can order in the increments of 6, right? So because if we leave it blank, it's going to let them order 7 or 8 or 9. So this will ensure that they order by half dozen increments. Now we have availability. This is by default going to be left at all. And then we have, as you can see, breakfast and lunch, breakfast and dinner, lunch and dinner. Now these times are determined by you if you go back and select restaurants, and then once you're in your restaurant, you can go to hours, and as you can see, you can set all of your hours. You can set the breakfast hours, the lunch hours, and dinner hours. All right? So that's going to be the availability part, unless you want to make it custom and select specific time of the day that you want to offer these items. Days of the week, also super self-explanatory. You can change it. You can hide it on Saturdays only, and so on and so forth. Dietary labels are a useful tool for customers that have restrictions like gluten-free, vegan, low carb, and so on. The tags you can utilize, you can create tags so customers can find your items easier if you have a very large menu. If not, just leave it blank because you don't want to create confusion in the search bars. Then we have the picture. If there is a pre-populated picture on your menu, all you have to do is click remove and save, and try to keep this format going so it can look the best way possible, because the smaller version on the menu is going to be shrank down to 60 by 60. There we go. That's the basics of the menu editing, and now we're going to move on to adding options and sub options to items. If you go to add options section, as you can see, I have 2 options currently. I have choose your protein and modifiers for burrito. Now the way all you have to do is drag these. Now if I don't hit save, and if I go back, here we go, if I add any of the modifiers, right? So if I add choose your protein and I hit save, that's going to be done. So now to see how that looks, I'm going to hit on preview, and as you can see, this is how the item is going to show up to the customer. First the name, description, price, and then we have the first option, which is choose your protein. And as you can see here, it says required choose one. So they have to choose chicken, beef, or pork, and then we have the modifiers, which say no matter which protein they choose, now they get modifiers. So, and then we have it set to choose 1 up to 8, so they have to choose one of these options, and they can make a total of 8 changes. Now obviously there's not enough changes here to justify that, but this is just an example. Now the way you can do this is if you go to modify options and sub options. From here, as you can see, if I go to choose protein, we have grilled chicken, beef, and pork. And then modifiers for burrito or regular modifiers, you can see that there's options right here. All you have to do to create some is go to add option, and we'll make a modifier called modifiers tacos. And we can say, would you like to add anything? And if we put this at 0, this option is going to show up for the customer, but they don't have to choose any of the options. If we set it to 1, they have to choose at least 1. If we set it to 2, obviously, they have to choose at least 2. So you can set this to whatever you want. For now, let's just make it optional and max of 10. And then now you can say cilantro, you can say onions, and now, if it's toppings that are free, obviously you can just start cranking them out. But let's say it's extra cheese, right? And now we can set a price of $150 to upcharge for extra cheese. Once you add it, it's in there. So these are sub options under one parent option. Now there is another granular thing you can do. So let's just say that under choose your protein, we want to give the customers options. So if they select grilled chicken, which we will set right here, we can go to linked options. And now I can take the modifiers tacos, which I just made, and drop it into the grilled chicken linked option. So if I hit save, you will see right here under the preview that if they select the grilled chicken, this option will show up. Now this is super useful if you have vegan items, vegetarian, organic, if you have specific add-ons that you want to add to that dish. And all you have to do to revert that is drag it back down and save it. And the change has been made. So the only other thing that I want to show you as of right now is the fact that you can clone these options. So if you have, similarities in the modifiers and options, but they're not exactly the same, a very good method to do is to make one, let's say that it's called modifiers, and then you clone it and name it what you need it for. So let's just say this one is for nachos specifically, or we have nachos already. Let's just say it's for quesadilla. So now we save that, and now we can change these to reflect what we need. Add extra beef, and we can say that this one is, I don't know, add extra chicken. And there you go. You can make this as granular as you want to, or you can keep it as simple as this. It is totally up to you, and you have all the tools now to do that. Please let us know if you have any more questions. Have a great day.